We've been living in this neighborhood here called Eastland Heights for about 9 years. It's just right here off of Vegas and Rancho, across the street from the Las Vegas Municipal Golf Course. Right down at the end of the street is a big, huge palace-like residence where Siegfried and Roy used to live. Since we've been in this neighborhood, we always pass by, and it always seems like a really cool place because it's like so big and kind of massive, but we've never actually been inside. Basically, the whole block got invited because they're going to be turning this into some type of event space. So kind of interested to see what's inside and what it looks like. So we're going to be walking down the street right now with some of our other neighbors, and we're going to go inside and see what it looks like. All right, so let's go check it out, guys.
It started as one house on an ordinary road in Las Vegas and grew till they owned every house on the block and turned it into the Jungle Palace. Acres of land for the animals to roam in and play in.
Outside of the Jungle Palace here, you can see it still looks the same as it did all those years ago. A little longer view of the property here. You can see how massive it is. It takes up the whole block. It's probably maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses wide. This is the average size house here. So you can see it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots. Pretty big lot.
Yes.
Cool.
He's the one.
Nice.
Out of this on auction in LA, and we kind of got the in on when it was going to be auctioned, and we bought all this back to put it back to make it authentic here. And we want to honor them. We just believe that they're, historians of Las Vegas, basically, and first to be put on the map for that type of a show, that grand of a show. So we're very excited to honor that. My husband is an entertainer here in Vegas, and he works with Siegfried and Roy for a few shows here and there. And his family is circus owners, and that's who bought this property to restore and honor it, and maybe make a museum out of it. We'll see what comes. We're working towards that anyway. But it's been an exciting project. And an exhausting project, but super fun. The energy here in this house is really, really something. It's here, and it's so interesting to be out on the property knowing that the tigers actually roamed and ran and swam in those pools. It's a pretty cool venture. The property hadn't been lived on for like 10 years, really, so a lot of overgrowth, and then we wanted to get all that trimmed out and cleared out. Yeah. The pools needed a little bit of renovation, but it was a fun, exciting thing to be able to get all their things back in their place, because they deserve that.
You know what SNR stands for? It's Siegfried and Roy. There's some people that don't. Siegfried and Roy used to have their own magic word. Does anybody know what that was? I'll tell you, it was Sarmoti. If you have a look at the picture there, under the picture it's spelled S-A-R-M-O-T-I. Moti wasn't just their magic word, it was also the name of their foundation they had for us to save the animals and stuff. And Sarmoti stands for Siegfried and Roy, Masters of the Impossible. Oh, wow. And you'll hear it sometime. In fact, if you want to look at the bookcase, I'm going to take you guys through into Siegfried's bedroom. If you'd like to follow me through, come on in. People have paintings behind your bed like that, of course. You're just not admitting it, I know, yeah. So that's obviously where Siegfried was, his room. You'll also notice there, behind that cabinet there, you see there's that for the younger people, that's called the television. That 50 years ago was the best you could get in the world. There's a smaller version just here as well, but that, when they were in this house, that was the best you could get, was state of the art. That's their bathroom. It has a nice stained glass window in there. You'll find that there's a lot of religious stuff around the house, because both Siegfried and Roy were both very, very spiritual people. Yeah, every morning, Roy would stay in bed, but Siegfried would have breakfast on his own here. This jacuzzi that's here has a habit of, it must have overflowed 20 times. They had to keep draining the thing because it was always flooded. Here, this was the bar where Siegfried and Roy entertained many show business legends, people like Elizabeth Taylor, you name them. Everybody that was Anthony Hopkins, everybody, and including some of the US presidents came here. Everybody came here. They threw all these fantastic parties. Make sure you look up if you're walking through, and you'll notice SNR on the bar here. And that's their original cappuccino machine as well.
Alright guys, it's the main living area here. There's the living room. Check that out, really cool. And they have like a little meditation area over here, and then kind of like a little seating area for entertaining. There's a living room area. Check out this cool fireplace. Check out this detail in the ceiling here, which is really nice. That's cool. Check that out. Kind of like a little shrine area. Maybe you were here would come and maybe meditate. Really nice.
Just before, Aaron's going to take you upstairs to Roy's bedroom. Before he does, just to let you know, by Roy's bed there is a switch, and every morning when he woke up, he'd press the switch. All the staff in the house would jump to it, the music would come on, and Sitara, which was a 700-pound white lion, would come off a leash, walk up the stairs, and get onto Roy's bed and meditate with him. Well, he'd meditate, and Sitara would be there. Here's Aaron. Aaron will take you upstairs.
There's a staircase right here.
I know. Come through. This is the famous room where his tiger Sitara would come every morning and jump up in bed with him. So if you see those photos or any of those videos, this is that bed where you would get in and eat.
I'll tell you where we're at. Okay.
Two Germans with pickaxes.
I don't know about that.
Magic icon. China where the seems
Go back through.
Whoa. Alright guys, so we're inside the Jungle Palace. We kind of just got in here. We took a little tour, went through Siegfried's bedroom. We saw Roy's bedroom. They took us to the upstairs area. We're in Roy's bedroom. And now we're out here on the outside deck area. It's kind of just free for all now, so we're going to walk around and see what else they got over here. Alright, let's check it out. And here's the view from the balcony. It's pretty cool because we've always passed by here, but we've never actually been in here. So it's kind of cool to actually see the inside of this place, which is really cool. Alright, so this is the outside deck area right here. A bunch of the guests have kind of gathered and now they're starting to head downstairs. But this is the upstairs area here, which is really cool. Nice little outside deck area. And the decor here is kind of one of a kind. You can see stuff like the gargoyles with the wings.
That whole back section right there, that's the tiger enclosures.
Yeah.
So that's where they used to live. And then when you're done getting food and everything, go over to that side of the property. There's a whole other set of enclosures with big swimming pools. And there's swimming pools in there. But you see those gates? That's what kept them, so like every once in a while, like I've seen pictures of Roy riding and playing with the cats. And they keep those closed so that, you know, just out of safety.
Alright, so coming down from the stairs, we have this little staircase here. Really cool. Really nice looking staircase. Which comes down into this pond area over here. Detail in here, this place is really neat. Like, if you look at the rocks they have, look at the details in the doors. Like, just look at that. Really cool. Alright, so basically we're kind of just free to roam around the property now and kind of check everything out. Today is kind of just an open house for the neighbors to come check it out and see the property. They've kind of give us a little tour, kind of a little bit of a guided tour of you know, where certain things are, just so you can kind of get your way around. But then we're just going to kind of explore and walk around and see what they kind of have to offer. But the grounds here is really cool, very massive in size. You can see all the stuff behind me as far as the size of it. But really cool stuff. We're going to walk around and I'll show you a little bit more of what they have here. Here's this huge, beautiful courtyard area. So you can see, really, really nice. Alright, so in here they say there's food and drinks. So we're going to go in here and see what's going on. Let's check it out. So we just came in this door right here. And there's a glass, and you can see there's like palm trees. Really cool. Check that out. Enclosure down there, really cool. The inside here just kind of has like a outdoor cafe kind of vibe. The seating area here. So this is the inside here. Really, like the size of this place is crazy. Look at this place. Looks like a freaking restaurant. This is awesome. Check out these fans. They're really cool. Disney old Mary Calendar vibes. Alright, so over here, they were saying that this used to be Roy's mother's residence and she really liked birds. So she had like a full parrot enclosure here on the inside of this thing, which is really neat. A lot of natural light in here, which is really, really nice. Alright, so this is kind of broken up into different sections. This outside area, I hear some music and I see some tents, so there's going to be another outside area where they're going to have people gather. So let's go out there and check that out. Check it out, they got the hand chair. Very cool. Always wanted one of those. Alright, so this kind of just comes in. Here's a gate. And as you walk in, check this out. It opens up to this really big, nice area. Look how beautiful this is back here. See all the palm trees. Got your backyard here. Real nice courtyard area. This is the main house here. We're on basically the back side of the main house. And that's kind of where we were inside earlier. Alright, one of the other cool things they have over here, they have like a little performance stage, which is kind of cool. They got the little speaker system here with the little stage. So really cool venue for live music. So again, this is the backside corner of the house where we were earlier. Right there is where that hot tub was. So that's kind of putting the pieces together of where we are now orientation wise. Alright, so the white walkway leads us to the, wow, check out this freaking pool. This is amazing. Dude, check this out. It's like a whole enclosure. Oh man, this is crazy. So there's basically a pool right here where you can kind of swim, and then over here is like a little area where like maybe like the tigers and stuff used to be. Pretty much everywhere where there's this green wiring, I think is where the animals used to be at one point. That was Siegfried's bedroom that led out to that way, and now we're out here in this backside of the courtyard here. And the pool I showed you is over here just to the left. And now right here, there's a little walkway area that goes into another little enclosure area. All right, now we're in the actual animal enclosure, and the only thing that separates you from the outside is basically this gate here, which, you know, they used to close to keep the animals in here. And then they have this glass right here that kept the animals out too. But yeah, this is one of the animal enclosures. Check this out. So cool. Like there are probably like tigers just chilling right here. Check this out. This is their water bowls. So this is where they used to drink water out of, right there. And they have the drain right here for all the water, so they could probably hose down this area. But check out these doors into the den. Wow, check this out. This is like their little bedroom. This is so cool. So you can see here's like the ventilation and stuff like that. You can see that there's metal on the stuff like the lights to keep the animals from damaging any of this kind of stuff. But look at this cool scene. It's like a scene of the water and stuff. Really cool, really neat. So this is just one of the many animal enclosures they had here. Oh, whew, it's a little hot out here. It's like 108 or 9 outside. It's overcast, so you don't really feel the heat too much, but it still is hot. It's Vegas, it's summertime. Okay, so that was one of the animal enclosures there. All right, so here's one of the other enclosures here. You can see the water dishes here. And then what's cool is, you know, the close proximity to everything. Like, there's the yard right there, so. But the size of these enclosures is huge. I mean, you know, my hand's all the way up. You know, I can't touch the ceiling on any of this stuff. It's really high, and they're really big as far as size-wise. You know, this place is probably going to be a really cool venue for events. They have the space, the wow factor, you know, the live music capabilities with the food and all that. So it's going to be really cool. The only issue is parking. It's in the neighborhood, so I don't know how parking's going to work out, but pretty cool venue. I think this is going to be a really cool place to have a party, a wedding, anything kind of like that. It's going to be really cool. All right, so here's the entrance to this enclosure here at the George Garden Circus Elephants. All right, so let's walk inside of here. Here we go. Whoa, check Check this out. Look at the size of this place. And keep in mind, this is an animal enclosure, or at least was at one point. Alright, so just more of the inside of the enclosure here, you can see. Check that out, Jungle Palace. And I guess they've turned this into another seating area where you can come sit and have drinks and stuff like that. Which is kind of neat. So this big glass here is the inside of the enclosure. Kind of see where everyone's at. So it was really cool. At one point in time, there were animals just chilling in here. They come up to the glass and you could see them, kind of interact with them and stuff, which is kind of neat.
Thank you all for coming to the Jungle Palace and to hopefully the first annual picnic. We are so grateful to be involved with this property and to be your new neighbors. My name is Wally Eastwood, and on behalf of Brett Garden and George Carden and our families, we are very excited to be here and to be the new owners of the Jungle Palace. We wanted to get to know all the neighbors. We wanted to get to know all of you, to invite you to the property. And we are excited that you all actually showed up in 120 degrees heat. Thank you for coming. We promise next year when we do this, that we're going to do it when it's cooler and possibly at night so you can see all the lights and everything. It's gorgeous. So right here, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. George Carden, and he's going to come up here and say a few words. Everybody, a nice round of applause for George Carden. Yes. Hey, let's do this.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, when Wally and I went through the neighborhood, it was an honor. We knocked on everybody's door. Some people opened, some people didn't come to the door. We want the neighborhood support. We want you to enjoy this facility. And I'll tell you something, next year, talking to Wally and my son, our plan is to have another picnic for our neighborhood. And our plan is to give a drawing to one person to win a birthday party. So if you won the drawing, you can have your birthday here and have your family and friends and neighbors as our guest. So next year, somebody will win a birthday party free at the Jungle Palace. Also, I'd like for my son to come up here, my partner, and we're all partners. Wally's an owner, my son's an owner. Our biggest thing is we want your support and we want you to be involved. We have 20 white tigers, yellow tigers, and white lions coming to this facility, but they're all artificial. They're coming from China. So don't worry, you will not hear the tigers and lions roar at night. But next year, when you come, they'll be on display here, and it'll be much improved. And we want you to enjoy it each and every year, a picnic here, because we're all family, we're in the neighborhood, and we want you to know we want to do everything in this area to make you proud of us, and we thank you for coming.
Alright guys, so we're walking back from the party now. It was a really cool little event. The whole neighborhood was there. Got to see a bunch of our neighbors, which is really cool. There was some people who had been living in this neighborhood for, I don't know, 20 plus years, and they had never been in there. So I was talking to them about, what they thought about it, and they thought it was really cool. There was actually one lady here who was actually living here when they had their lions, their tigers, and she said you could actually hear them in the morning, which was kind of cool. So the house is really nice, a lot of cool stuff to see. I love going to these types of things, or you get to see the inside of people's houses and how they decorate it. I'm a huge fan of like decor and stuff like that, especially when people have like really cool unique things, antiques and stuff. Really like to see that kind of stuff. So as far as plans for the future, they plan on turning it into an event venue for weddings and parties and stuff like that. I have a feeling a lot of these people are going to end up parking down here on our street, so we'll see how that goes as far as parking goes. The owners of the property assured us that we're not going to have to worry about that kind of stuff, and they're going to do their best to keep people off the properties, and they're actually going to use a shuttle service, which I think they're going to have people park down the street at the soccer field and then kind of shuttle them in for the parties and stuff. So that's kind of cool. It was really cool that we got to see the inside of the house. After watching those videos of them in the past, when they were in their prime and he was, Roy was riding his tigers around the backyard, it was kind of cool to be in the same area, where they were doing those kind of things, just to be like, wow, these guys were actually living here, and at one point, this is what they were doing over there. They were chilling, they were waking up, and they were coming out here and just playing with their tigers, before they went to do their show, which was really cool. So anyways guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was entertaining and a little informative, and hopefully you liked their property. But anyways, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. And until next time, see ya!
Look for the magic that is around you.